I want to talk to you about building tall cakes. While a 2 or 3 layer cake can usually stand on its own, I will always add internal supports when building 4 layers or taller to make sure it stays sturdy. And I just want to quickly show you my process. So these are 6-inch cakes. I level off the tops and then I'm spraying each layer with some simple syrup. I have a gold cake board here. And since this is a 6-inch cake, I like to use a little bit of melted chocolate on the board. It helps keep it in place, and I made sure that it was center, and I'm getting down a little bit of the filling and I'm placing the second layer on, and then I like to take my spatula and remove the excess icing by basically spackling the seams, and then I'm taking my sewing ruler here and I'm pushing down that plastic piece so I can measure how tall the cake is, and I'm placing a bubble tea straw on top and taking my marker and just marking past the end of the ruler. And I flipped it around because this cake isn't as tall, so I can use one ruler for 2 different straws. If your cake is a little taller, you may need just one straw. But I'm marking the marker just past the end of the ruler, and then I'm taking my scissors and I'm cutting off the marker. So no marker is ever going to go into the cake. And I'm doing that for both of the straws. And then I want to sink all of these straws in here. Now, I only used 4 straws because I have a 6-inch cake. If you have a bigger cake, you may want to have more straws in there. Now, I can't put a 6-inch cake circle on that cake because you're going to be able to see it stick out of the side. So what I did, I trimmed one down to 5 inches. And then when I put that on top, it's on the inside of the cake. So it's not going to stick out and you're not going to be able to see it. So the top half of the cake is going to sit on top of that cardboard circle, and the straws underneath it are going to prevent the cake from collapsing in on itself. So I got a thin layer of that filling down and I'm sticking that cardboard circle on top. And then again, I'm getting a little bit of chocolate down. You can use icing if you want to as well. And putting that other layer on, making sure that it was center. And again, spreading some filling on and placing the very top layer on top, making sure that it is center. And again, I'm going to remove the excess icing and also spackle those seams shut. And you can see the very bottom, the icing is starting to stick out a little bit. I don't use icing dams. If you prefer, you can do an icing dam, a stiffened icing dam around the perimeter. I just prefer to do it this way. And then I am wrapping this up in plastic wrap and letting that settle for a couple hours before I add my crumb coat. And I do have videos where I go into detail on how I ice my cakes. I start by adding a crumb coat, and then I put the crumb coated cake in the refrigerator for about 4 hours so that icing can solidify before I add the final coat of icing. And then I want to dowel this, so I'm cutting a dowel to the correct height. And when I push it down, it stops at that cardboard circle in the middle. So I have to hammer it down and then countersink it. So I want it to go all the way down through the cake drum. And that way it is going to prevent the cake from shifting on the cake board. I did spackle that hole with a little bit of icing. I'm just refining that top edge and using a little bit of hot water to smooth out the very top of my cake. And that's exactly how I build supports for tall cakes. This method works for both single tall tiers and multi-tiered cakes with tall sections, keeping them secure every time. And I do make my customers aware of the internal supports and let them know that they will have to cut the top half of the cake, remove the supports, and then cut the bottom half of the cake. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments.